Hello, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and everybody else under the rainbow of our wonderful community. How are you doing? Today, we are back nearing the end of sexy, spicy September. A sad time indeed, but we are not finished yet. I'm still bringing you a new Otome every day up until the end of September, which we're going to finish off with a bang, a stream to say not goodbye, but a see you later to all of these wonderful Otomes that we have looked at this month. Because even past September, I do this thing called Frisky Flirty Fridays, where I still play Otomes every Friday on stream, which we will be going back to all of these games that I didn't finish. I didn't finish like any of them unless they were short demos. And I'm gonna go back to these games and we're gonna play it. So if you guys want to be a part of that and in the future, check out the description box below, because my Twitch is there, all my social media are there, and I let you guys know exactly what we're going to do over there. All that information is right there, free, right there for you. You're welcome. Also in the description box below is tonight's game, and today we are playing Far Shore. Dual Chroma Far Shore is a short Otome game taking place in the fantasy world of Aradel, a rich land with a storied history you can begin to explore. Choose your pronouns and play as an islander living at the edge of the world, enjoying spending your days on lush beaches with a handsome stranger. Your choices and personality will shape how Cassian, the mysterious traveler, views you. Will you listen to the voice or ignore it? How will your story end? So this is a shorter Otome, but I probably still will not finish it. It'll probably be a two-parter. But what am I still talking for? Let's go see Cassian. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, it's really, I really like this artwork. For some reason, there's been a lot of games where romances or protagonists have golden eyes. Maybe I'm just falling into that trap because I read a comic recently that like a very strong trait of the main character was supposed to be his golden eyes. I love how this is painted, by the way. It's not like perfectly within the lines, and it gives off this really nice like watercolor-esque feel, and I love it. Okay, preferences. We have this down pretty low. It's slightly voiced. We're windowed, text speed is all the way up. All that jazz, you know, the usual. Nice, look at those fades in. Oh, love it. And with that, let's get started, shall we? Welcome to the world of Aradel. A land of magic and mystery, where 7 gods, each with their domain, weave themselves into the very fabric of life. A lone adventurer makes it as far as any of his kind has dared since the Ashen War, all the way to the distant shore of Laekani. Ooh, I like that layout. The people of the islands live harmoniously with the water, thankful to the goddess Theria for the blessing she provides. But the islanders are used to a more insular life, devoid of strangers washing up on the shore. What name do you bear, islander? Reaper. What are my pronouns? Let's go! Let's go they them. Another week over, the same routine. No matter the vibrancy of the island, the quirky customers and lively atmosphere. Gulls circle and cry above me, and the summer sea breeze brushes against my skin. Excited chatter is all around as the sound of a lyre, it's a lyre, right? Drifts from a group sitting outside the inn back on the promenade. I know I'm lucky to call this beautiful island home. I have this weekend off and all the time in the world to enjoy myself. Oh, I wonder if it's so short because you're just getting like a weekend, maybe, with Cassidy? Tired of laying down on the shore, I stand and brush the sand off my body. Looking back at the inn, the place is busier than usual as the innkeeper rushes around to serve drinks to all the patrons. I don't envy the hectic nature of their job. Preparing and selling Father's catch is calm and gets me talking to everyone on the island. I'm proud to be a part of the family business. Back on the horizon, the sunset looks as gorgeous as ever. My feet carry me forward with little thought, leading me further down the beach, away from the populated parts. I never tire of the beach, the water, even if sand is practically a permanent fixture in my hair. The waves lap closer up the shore. The tide is coming in fast. A sailboat bobs in the amber glow of the water. I'm tempted to go for a swim. I crave the feeling of the water on my skin. It's a lovely, warm night. I think I'll stay out and reminisce. I have so many memories of this shore I associate with my grandmother. Before I know it, I've reached the end of the cove. Rocks and pools prevent me from walking anymore. I pause, hearing something. A voice calls out to me. A voice that must be tied to someone in their strong emotion. But who is it from? Why call out to me? The words seem intangible, yet they fill me with adventurous spirit that makes me reflect. I think I'll be stuck on these islands forever, destined to not go any further than the trawler's usual route. Today, I want to defy my norm, go beyond what I usually do. I'm feeling brave, maybe even reckless, but I can't help but want to climb. It just feels right at this moment. With each step and grip upwards, spray kicks up and spits water at me. As I reach the top of the rocks, I stop for a moment to look around. The beach I just walked stretches on, back up to the promenade, the stores and civilization. On the other side, a hidden reach of sand. Miles and miles of water, the continent one way and uncharted waters to the other. It calls to me. I scramble down the rocks as I feel urged on to go even further. A boat? Here? A sailboat rests where the sand and water meet, taking its rest on the beach.
Hello there.
The mouth moves too! And the fact that he said hello there gives me Obi-Wan Kenobi vibes, and now I love him. Now I just love him. There's nobody gets a choice anymore. I love him, you're mine. Leaning against the boat is a man who looks unique, as if from another time and place. His face shows a wicked smile and bright eyes. Everything about him glows. I can't help but think he's the most gorgeous man I've ever seen. I have to introduce myself. Hi there. You know the dock is a few hundred feet that way, right? Luckily, he laughs at my teasing joke.
I'm aware. Forgive me, I'm not really a fan of the traditional way of doing things, and my boat is fine just here.
Nice. I love the sass of the voice. Nice. Unless a rip current comes, then you might have to say bye to your boat.
I have a feeling it won't, but I appreciate your concern.
What do you know that I don't know, buddy? The smile he offers me sends tingles throughout my body. Even the sound of his voice is wonderful. First time visiting the island? I feel incredibly drawn to him, and I want to hear his voice more and more. Really? You say you want to hear his voice, and then you don't give me a voiced line? That's just mean! Devs, that was just mean, you guys. It certainly does. It certainly is. Does the island have a welcoming committee then? Not officially. Where are you from? What's your name? Ah, border control then. He looks around with wonder, soaking in the scenery.
I'm from not around here, but my name is Cassian.
The little details of him speaking is great. It's obvious he's not a local. I wonder if this is what they dress like on the mainland. But even then it seems a little out of place. Cassian what?
Just Cassian. Who are you?
My name is Reaper. I offer my first name and take a step closer before resting my arms to lean on the boat beside this stranger. No. Cassian. This man is as mysterious as he is alluring.
Oh.
Reaper... what? His tone imitates my earlier questioning. I can't help but smile at that. You're funny. Thank you. Seriously. His smile is genuine. His laugh sweet and melodic. So, is this where you call home? Is it melodic or melodic? Now that I think about it, sorry. I think I've always said melodic, but it might be melodic. Am I getting it confused with the Pokemon Milotic? Oh wow, that's just embarrassing right there. Not this stretch of sand specifically, but the island, yes. I'm a true native. Haven't left these islands. That sounds like a shame. I'm afraid that couldn't be me. What's your business? Trader? Merchant? Pirate? I'm eager to learn more about this intriguing man, and I certainly hope he isn't a pirate.
Traveler, wanderer, free spirit, whatever you wish to call it.
A man after my own heart, to be honest. The man pushes himself up from his leaning position and saunters down the beach, one slow step at a time. I wonder if he too enjoys the feeling of the water lapping at his feet as he looks out at the meeting point of the sky and the sea. What a dream life. My mind immediately runs away with all the possibilities of such a life. How wonderful it would be to hop on a boat and go wherever the sea would take me. It is. There's no looking back when living this life. Just on to the next adventure. At that moment, he stops and turns to face me. I'm guessing you're none of those things yourself, then? Trader, I guess. Only locally, though. My father is the best fisherman around here, and I help sell his catch. At this moment, I feel uncharacteristically self-conscious. I've always felt proud of what I do, but in the face of this man and his life at sea, my life seems mundane in comparison. Fish? I love fish, and I could really do with something to eat. It's been a long sail. Can you show me the way? It seems the nature of my life and work is the last thing on the stranger's mind, favoring nourishment instead. Quite a relief, as that is something I can deliver. Give me a moment to change my welcoming committee persona for my tour guide one.
Well, if a beautiful person is offering to show me around, I certainly won't say no. The full tour, then?
I like the fact that they said person and not like they didn't go gender specific. I know you can choose your gender in the beginning, but if you think about this and you think about how short the Otome is, they didn't do 3 lines like person, man, woman. Like that, I just feel like that's, if they did, awesome. But if they didn't, this was the like best way you could do it. And I think honestly, if you guys want to be more inclusive when you make games, referring to people as just like person in like situations like this, that's just the way to go. That was great. Also, plushies! We love plushies. Oh, he's so cute. Damn. Beautiful? It seems he's got a silver tongue. If the way he acts, the words come across as genuine, and not like some sleazy line. Looks like I might escort the handsome stranger then. Sounds like fun. The flirting is easy to return, and I can't help but get swept up in him. We reach the rocks that separate the cove from the main beach, and I begin to climb them steadily. It's a bit of a climb, but I'm sure you can manage. Cassian does the same with ease, and I can't help but stare upon the way his muscles flex and move in his arms and chest. Not a problem at all. I still feel myself unable to tear my gaze away. We scale down the other side. I love that, like, as we're going down. That was great. It's happened twice now. Awesome. We scale down the other side. Cassian, having made it down quicker, offers me his arm to help me dismount the final rock. I expect him to let go, but his hand remains wrapped delicately around the top of my arm. I really can't complain, yet I feel like I'm losing my own cool just a little. Cassian is godlike, and his hand is on me. Your people. Cassian's voice pulls me from my self-conscious inner reflection as he looks out into the distance. My people indeed. So seriously, where are you from? The way you dress, everything is just... Like I said, not here. Do you know much about places that aren't here? You said you haven't traveled. It's clear to see this man isn't going to be forthcoming about his heritage. Not a lot, if I'm honest. I wish I knew more. Anyway, the weird clothes won't be much of an issue here, though. We're used to strangers. There's that laugh again. Once more, like a song. That's good to know. We reach the wooden path that leads up to the promenade steps, and closer to the food stand that I think will have something good for Cassian. So, do you have a habit of collecting things that wash up on the beach? Oh my god, I love that facial expression! That's such a nice... Oh god, that art is really freaking pretty. Ah! Cassian turns to me, and the look in his eyes almost has me tripping up the steps. Same, Game Reaper, same. This man has a unique ability to fluster me, clearly. So unused to this feeling. No one on the island has the looks and charm that Cassian does. Today's just my lucky day.
Would you like anything? My treat.
The man pulls a small pouch out, and it seems to have some local and foreign currency. I just ate, but thank you. I take a step back to simply observe. The teenager on the stand isn't as chatty as his father, and he works on assembling whatever Cassian ordered. The man before me really is a blessing for the eyes. Cassian's smile doesn't seem to waver as he politely thanks the boy for his food. Now that we have the matter of food settled, mind showing me around? We walk slowly again, Cassian taking quick bites of his food as we move. A part of me wishes his hands were free so he could hold on to me once more. Okay, Game Reaper, I see you. I respect you. Nice. Well, this is the dock, obviously. It's pretty much always this busy, but tomorrow night there will be even more people here. Every Saturday is an excuse for festivities. It coincides with delivery days too, so there's a lot of merchants here as well. His eyes seem to eagerly take in every little detail. I arrived at the right time, it seems. You must enjoy the party spirit. If not that, maybe it's exploring new cultures that's drawn for him. It's the best to arrive outside of one of our festivals. We have plenty and they're all the best. I feel filled with energy and excitement just thinking about the upcoming Solstice Festival. Even more delicious food offerings then? Yes, if you're a fan of fish or poultry. We always have it fresh. Speaking of, our fish stall is just coming up at the end here. I gesture at the wooden sign with my family name emblazoned on it. For someone who works with fish, you certainly don't smell like it. Cassian's smirk is infectious. Thanks. For someone who lives on a boat, you don't smell like a wet dog.
Wet dog?
I'm teasing. Seriously, you smell good. What? Oh, Reaper. You're gonna get called out for that? He's gonna catch you. 3, 2, 1. I wish I hadn't noticed as much as I did, but the notes of sandalwood, citrus, and berry are unmistakable. Another alluring thing about this man. The last place I visited was famed for their perfumed products. I rather enjoyed it there. The way he talks about it all makes me so wistful. I wish we could visit the inn together and I could hear every story he has to share. Ooh. The backgrounds are really pretty. Like, those are top notch this entire time. The water, I'll be honest, the water one makes me think of home, makes me think of Florida. I bound up the small hill in front of us and lead Cassian into the forest. Sand blends into soil and large old trees create a canopy above us. Stray chickens cluck and scuttle about. So, do you really just sail around and adventure? Yes. I can't see myself doing anything else anymore. My life is on the sea. Alone? The idea of that makes me sad, and I wonder how lonely he gets. I know I'd struggle without my family by my side. For the most part. Sometimes I'll offer someone a trip if they're headed in the right direction. In the last place, I befriended the sweetest older man. I think I reminded him of his son. I get the feeling my father would adore him. My mother and grandmother, too. But we're like, we're pulling a Mulan here where grandma screams from the back, "Would you like to stay forever?" I don't stay in one place for too long, though. Good to know I shouldn't get too attached. That should serve you well. His soft smile contrasts with his words, which by any account are a little unpleasant. That makes me think. Encourage him to settle down. No, tease him back. No. If you got someone who's a spirited person being like, you know, you should settle down. No, don't do that. Tease him back. It looks like that. I'm sure you leave a wake of broken hearts behind you. I can't help but laugh and be dramatic with such a statement. Deep down, though, I'm certain it's the truth. He's easy to get lost in. Not if I can help it. I'm quite the romantic, but I know my own limitations. I try not to get attached. I suppose it's good to be upfront with them. Don't worry about getting attached to me either. I won't be coming with you. I return the sentiment, despite the fact I'm sure I'm not as easily missed. But I feel that. I feel that game. Wounding. He laughs heartily. But what keeps you here? I think I sense a wandering spirit in you, too. The family business. I wouldn't want to let them down. And my grandmother is getting older. I'm the center of her world. I don't know how she'd deal with it if I left. I do feel a little sad about it, now he brings it up. Sometimes I wish I didn't have those ties.
Oh.
Surely your family wants you to be happy. His question seems to be a response to my unspoken sadness. They do, and I am happy, really. Not every dream or whim is meant to be fulfilled. Responsibility isn't always such a bad thing. That's a really nice line. I take a moment to sit on a nearby log and pat the surface for Cassian to join me.
If you say so, but if traveling brings out that smile of yours, I'd say it's worth pursuing.
Well, you haven't seen the smile I had when I sat around the bonfire with my family and friends, enjoying what life already offers. I suppose not. I like the idea of bringing Cassian to meet my family and friends, for him to spend a night enjoying island life and family ties. I was going to take my grandmother walking here tomorrow, actually. It's beautiful here, too. All the leaves are emerald green on the tall, standing trees. It looks endlessly picturesque. We have it all. Lush beaches and the forest. I certainly enjoy the more scenic places I visit. I've had enough of the city for one lifetime. I wouldn't mind experiencing the city for myself. And no, don't encourage me again. We both laugh, having fallen into an easy rapport. It's a long life ahead of you. You never know what may come. I love the way he speaks with an arcane wisdom and knowledge, like a distant sage voice giving me life lessons. Well, I'm open to it. It won't be soon, though, so I'd rather focus on the now. Yes, I think there's lots to enjoy in the now. I thought you didn't get attached, buddy. Thought you didn't get maybe just a really big flirt. I thought you said you were romantic. But I love the game is like, you want blushies? We give you blushies. Our eyes meet, and try as I might, I can't look away. Definitely. I can feel my earnest smile span my whole face.
My, you're sweet.
I really can't have you looking at me like that. Wow. I'm not always a huge fan of games that are like, you have this one romanceable character. I'm kind of okay with this one. What? The simple compliment flusters me.
You're sweet, gazing at me like that.
Oh my god. You know exactly how you look, right? There must be a mirror on that little boat of yours. There's no way he doesn't know how gorgeous he is. How everyone would trip over each other just to look at him. They must have mirrors on this island, too. You must be aware of how you look. Ha! The idea of him finding me appealing, too, is a little surreal. I'm not of the thinking that I'm hideous, but again, I can't help but feel mundane by this man's side. Sometimes I think I'd say yes.
Oh.
And right now? Cassian continues to hold my gaze, that sparkle still in his eyes and sense of adoration mirrored back to me. Maybe I'm getting it with the way you're looking at me. I can't take the intensity anymore. We should keep going. There's more to see. I push myself up from the log and walk along the trail for a few moments. Cassian takes a moment longer to stay seated.
Beautiful.
It really is a gorgeous place here. As a kid, I thought everywhere looked like this. I ventured out once as a teen, went as far as I thought I could go. Back through the forest until it came to a stop. What's beyond looked gorgeous too, but by that point my legs were sore and my father was on to my plan. I've been inland, on the continent. Some parts of it are surprisingly flat and incredibly dull. Nothing like this. So I'm guessing you're from there then? Gallons? Is it bad that I sincerely want to know more about this man? I get the sense he won't tell me, yet I can't help but ask. Yes. It's not that far away. Far enough for you to have not been. Okay, that's true. Good point. I don't even really know much about it, really. My grandmother insists life here is better, and few people here have been there themselves. No one talks about it much. Island life seems ideal, and your grandmother sounds smart. I suppose if you're tied to one place, this is a great one to be. It's then Cassian stands, collecting his robes and following behind me. His long strides allow him to catch up quickly, and we exit through the other side of the forest to the ruins. Ooh! Once again, I'm drawn to his strange attire. So, I have a silly question.
Oh.
Go on. Does your eyebrow get tired from carrying around all your drapes?
Drapes?
Again, he laughs freely, voice booming around the forest. Funny, but to answer, no. I'm very much used to the feeling. You look great. Great is an understatement. Don't get me wrong, but somehow you look both young and free, but also older and wiser at the same time. But you enjoy it, though? Whether it's the clothes themselves I enjoy or the way they reveal his torso and arms, I'm unsure. I do. It's different, but it suits you.
I think I like your sweet words, Islander.
I try. Ooh! Oh, that was really, really nice. Even if I tell you it's getting dark and I should head back, I feel a little sad at the thought. Even then, may I walk you back? Cassian offers me his arm, which I take eagerly. Pull it together, girl. Pull it together. Oh wait, no, we said they, them this time. Pull it together, Reaper. Pull it together. Come on. Surely it should be the other way around. You'd end up lost, and if you go mysteriously missing, I don't want to have to deal with any trouble. Luckily, I'm a fleeting face. I'm sure no one on that beach will remember, but I concede. Where are you staying? On my boat. Walk me to the promenade. I think I can make it from there. Assuming the tides haven't swallowed your boat. Well, in that case, I suppose the rocks will do to sleep on. At that, I laugh. A part of me thinks Cassian wouldn't mind sleeping on the rocks. I'm sure his boat would be where he would prefer his sleeping spot to be, though. I miss sailing a lot.
Oh.
Why don't you still do it? No room on the trawler now. The operation's bigger and my father's too tired to take me out. He's a bit older now. And that is a shame. There's no feeling quite like it, right? I look up at him, and from his expression I can see sailing is where his heart belongs too. Is it bad that the rockier the boat, the better I felt? I remember being thrown about the boat, trying to help my father control it, but loving every minute. It's even better in a smaller boat, controlling the sails and cutting through all the waves. The thrill is like nothing else. My heart longs for that experience, especially with Cassian by my side. I bet. Maybe I'll have to bug him to set a day aside. That sounds like a good idea. As we draw closer to town, I want to get in a few more questions before we part. Is Liche? Is Liche similar to here? Have you been there?
Oh.
What makes you ask that? Well, it's another place I know little about, but we get a lot of merchants from there. I can be pretty brave, but some of the regular merchants are a little scary, so I'm too afraid to ask. Brutish and antisocial? Some of them. Thank God you're not like that.
I like to think I have a sense of charm and a bit more delicacy.
Charm, definitely. I'd say so too. But how come you're not more abrasive? Surely prolonged solitude must be wearing. Even on a quiet day, I still see about 10 people. I couldn't contemplate going days, weeks, without seeing another human. Cassian pauses for a moment. It was strange at first, but it didn't really matter. All that did was to give into my heart. Focus on that voice and not others. A voice? Perhaps he has a sense of an empath like me. It's such a part of me now. A part I adore. The freedom, energy. I fear if I settled again, I'd go crazy. So you plan to do this for the rest of your life? I can't help but find the thought of that a little crazy. Not having roots anywhere would be so strange. Maybe it could be fun for a little while, but harder to do when older. Until my arms can no longer pull on the sails. You'll have the entire world covered and then some. That sounds ideal to me. The torchlight of the promenade is just within reach. I want to know more about Cassian. I don't know if he'd want to talk about his family. Like, I want to know about his family, but I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Let's go to his travel plans, because that feels pretty safe set. You know what I mean? Or does it? Or does that just make me seem shallow? Ah! Which one do I choose? No, let's ask about his travel plans. Stick to what I thought. Where do you think you'll go next? He thinks for a moment. I hadn't really set my mind on anything. I try not to plan too much in advance, though now that you mention it, a Karen, I think. What's it like there? I guess I'll find out soon enough. I wish he had a way to let me know when he does. Ah, we're almost back to town. As we walk, I feel my sandal slip off my foot as my heel touches the dirt. Wait, hold up a second. I bend over to refasten my strap. It had come loose during the walk. I make sure the other one is still tight, too. I cast a glance up and catch Cassian looking pensive. Distant. Are you alright? Fine. More than fine. The smile returns to his face in a flash. Is your sandal okay? It had just wiggled loose. I'll walk you a little further. We've reached the promenade, but I don't want to leave his presence just yet. I know I'm making an excuse to spend more time with him. Cassian is looking straight up at the twinkling cascade above us.
You know, when you're out on the water at night, nothing compares to the view of the stars.
That's so pretty.
Here, it isn't bad, but it doesn't quite look the same.
I follow his gaze, taking note of the way each sparkle seems to form different shapes, like one above us that my father calls the Archer. Yeah, I remember. Even just a mile offshore, it looked so different. Everything was clearer.
In the city, they can be barely visible, or are at least obscured. In the open, I get that sense of clarity too, as they guide me to the next place.
I think of Cassian whipping through the waves and using the stars to navigate, the sparkle in his eyes reflecting the ones above. Beautiful. I can feel Cassian's eyes on me instead of the sky. A small sense of sadness takes over at the thought of us parting. Indeed. We reach the rocks near to the cove and come to a stop. Well, I guess this concludes the tour. I hope you had fun, or my reputation is at stake. Thank you, Reaper, for taking the time to show me around. My pleasure. I can assure you the feeling is returned. His pull on me is so intense. I've never wanted someone to come closer to me more than in this moment.
I can't think of a better way to have spent my time on land.
I'm glad you enjoyed my company so much. Just as I think he might finally move in to kiss me, he pulls himself away. The cold air sweeps in at the absence of his body close to mine.
Good night. I hope you have the sweetest of dreams.
So close, chat. So close, YouTube. Good night, Cassian. I whisper and watch him until he disappears behind the rocks. I stand for a little while longer before I head back to my home. Maybe he'll wash up in my dreams tonight and I can finally get that kiss I so desperately wanted. There's a soft knock at the door. I wonder who that could be. For once, I'm not expecting anyone to come calling, and especially not so early. I push myself up and open the door without hesitation.
Hello.
Good morning! Cassian is standing on the other side, leaning in the doorway and soaking up the sun. He looks amazing in the harsh light of day, with his features even clearer. His bright smile is even more brilliant. Good morning! What can I do for you? If it were anyone else, I think I'd be a little more grumpy. But this is Cassian. With that smile and the fun we had yesterday, I can't find it within me to be mad. Well, I was thinking, since you miss sailing so much, I'd like to take you out myself. It means you won't have to wait for your father to find the time. I can't believe Cassian is inviting me out to sail with him. Out on your boat? Absolutely. It's one of the other little islands around here. How about it? Yes. Right now? I can hardly contain my excitement. Being back on the water, exploring, and doing with Cassian? I'm ready to run to the dock right now.
Oh.
I can always wait until later. You mentioned wanting to take your grandmother out for a walk. We should take Grandma for a walk. Surprisingly, you took up my evening. I think he knows I'm joking and that I really enjoyed our night. I haven't had time to ask her, but it looks like it'll be tomorrow now.
Thank you.
Oh my, taking priority over your grandmother? I feel very privileged. Thank you. I can tell he's sincere. Grandma will be here next weekend. Something tells me you won't. Fair point. Noted. My heart still sinks a little at the thought. I guess he'll be leaving rather soon. But a part of me wishes it wasn't so. I am glad you showed up again, honestly. I couldn't help myself. I wasn't expecting him at all. I thought maybe I'd be lucky to just see him around the island. It's good to know he's taken a liking to me as I have him. How did you find where I live anyway? We went to the shop. Oh, okay, we don't live near the shop. My bad, sorry. That was stupid of me. I asked around and someone showed me the way. Everyone here is extremely hospitable. We have a reputation to uphold. Cassian straightens up and stands tall. Can you head out now, or do you need me to wait? Give me just a minute. I should probably grab something a little warmer to wear, as the sea air can get cold in an instant, and I don't know how much of my day I'll be spending with Cassian. I can see Cassian glancing around, taking in my little home and the decor within. I wonder what his living space looked like, if he had one before. He must have had a home before. I find the shawl I'm looking for and head for the door. I hope you're prepared. The waters seem a little rocky today. That sounds ideal. I beam from ear to ear and Cassian returns my smile. Doesn't it just? Cassian's boat is exactly where it was yesterday, unsettled by the waves. The man approaches his boat and holds out his hand to allow me to climb aboard. Don't you want help with pushing it out?
Thank you.
I manage alone the rest of the time, but I appreciate the offer. Before he can say anything further, I start pushing on the boat and wait for him to join me. I can handle myself too. I can see. For a moment, Cassian watches me, but then he comes closer to help push, and quickly the boat begins to float in the water. Once more, Cassian holds out his arm to help me embark. Once I'm aboard, he smoothly climbs over the side himself, ready to take us away from the shore. All tied up? Cassian is tending to the sails as I tie the rope to the anchor point on the dock. Yeah, all secure. My knot seems sturdy, even if I am a little out of practice. Perfect. Let's not waste any time. We hop out of the boat onto the wooden dock. That was so much fun. It's just a shame the sail wasn't longer. Worry not. There's still the ride back. Sorry again for falling into you. I guess I've lost my sea legs. The water got rockier than I expected, and maybe I was a little distracted. An unexpected bump sent me flying straight into Cassian. It's fine. I'm just glad you didn't go overboard. I look around and take in the area. I don't know this island as well as my own, obviously. It's been a while since I've been here. Trips here were always a big deal growing up. So we're exploring together? Looks like it. Then, if you'll allow me to lead the way... I love Cassian's confidence. I suppose he's used to doing this, just arriving somewhere and setting off in search of something interesting. I'm glad you went into the dock this time. Today would be the day my boat would end up in trouble if I moored it on the beach. I know it has to happen eventually. I skip forward a few steps and turn to laugh with Cassian. Thank you for cursing me with that. I didn't really mean it, I swear. It's not like I want that to happen. I'm just scared it will. Cassian catches up to me with easy, long strides. Anyway, where to go first? The center of town? Works for me. In a brave move, I throw my arm into Cassian's as we walk, and he hums in approval at my action. I wonder what the merchants and stalls sell here. When I was a teen, tea was the appeal. The locals here have more of a ritual around it. Besides that, they also have beaded bracelets. I think I still have one from that age. Cassian's hand comes up to fiddle with his necklace. I do like a trinket. Thinking about trinkets, let's ask him about the necklace, because he went to, like, touch it. So maybe I feel like that's something that we could talk about that won't be too, like, prodding, you know? I can tell. Does that necklace have any special meaning? Maybe. Cassian turns away and looks off into the distance. Do you enjoy being eternally elusive? Like the shifting sands. He struggles to maintain the serious facade and starts laughing joyously. But to answer, no. I just liked it and picked it up on my travels. Okay, the necklace. I think I might buy a new bracelet myself. It's been a while and it would be nice to have something new. Something to hold on to in regard to this trip. Cassian takes in the crowds of people milling around the markets. It's busy here. It is a bigger island, but a little more spread out. Sundays are always busy, with it being a holy day. The large Therian church is here, so people come from afar. Is Theria a large part of people's lives here? The goddess of water and healing is the major deity worshipped on these islands. Some more than others, yes. I'm guessing she's not a part of yours then? Artel, more than any other. Well, that makes sense. I guess my curse won't work then, considering the god of traveling's looking out for you. Who knew I needed to be kept safe from you? We both laugh at the faux accusation, knowing there's no real bite to his words. Oh, here we go. Look at all the market stalls. Therian trinkets, too. My grandmother has one of these statues in every room in her house. I know what that's like. You do? Another cryptic comment from Cassian has me wondering more about his family and his past. Look, here you go. Bracelets, like you were talking about. I sense Cassian is changing the subject, but I think I'll go with it. Perfect. These bracelets are even nicer than the one I have from my teenage years, with finer beads and a bigger range of colors. Which one do you think? This shade of red is nice, and it suits your skin tone. The red is nice, but a golden yellow one sits beside it, and seems all the more appealing to me. No. This one is definitely it. I take the bracelet and offer the merchant the required coins.
Oh.
Why is that? Look! I hold up my wrist, adorned with a bracelet close to Cassian's face.
Oh.
I picked it because it reminds me of gold. It reminds me of you. You could say that nicely. You could say that in a friendly way, too. It reminds me of you. It's just like your hair and eyes.
You're sweet.
Yes, got the blushies again. You know, like, there's tiers. There's tiers to Otomes. Blushies, kiss, and then, if you're in the 18 plus department, you see how far you can go. But blushies is always a win, people. Cassian mumbles under his breath. Is Cassian blushing? Can't believe that made him as flustered as it did. Thank you. Cassian turns his attention to the bracelets and picks one in particular. I might get this for myself. It's cute. The bracelet itself is sweet, as well as the fact he chose one to match mine.
And just like your eyes.
Nice, man. That was good. He mutters something under his breath I can't exactly make out. With souvenirs acquired, we continue to walk through the town, almost pushing through the crowd to get anywhere. Now what? It's a little busy for my taste, actually. There's no need to stick around too long if you don't want to. I know somewhere we can go. Lead the way. I think back to childhood memories with my family and friends, and know exactly where to take Cassian. We leave the busy center of town and head through the forest at the coastline. I'm feeling better already. Cassian sighs and takes in a breath of fresh air. I thought you might say that, but it gets even better still. We continue alone, hopping over the rocks that lead across the river until the trees give way to a large cove. This is pretty! Large rocky cliffs enclose the beach as sapphire water sparkles all around us. How about this? Cassian stands in awe of the cliffs and slips off his own sandals as we walk further into the sand. This will most certainly do. I love it here. I slip off my sandals and sprint to catch up to him. I'm feeling very tempted to go diving off one of the cliffs. As much as I'm sure that would be very fun, I'm going to pass on that. Too scared? Yes, and I'm not afraid to admit it. You never know what will happen on the way up, or if the water is deep enough. Point taken. I am still tempted, though. He moves to walk down the beach as if he's headed toward one of the cliffs, and I rush to take a hold of his wrist to drag him playfully back. Maybe we can just paddle instead. I'll save the diving for my next stop. I'd appreciate that. I can feel relieved knowing there will be no accident right in front of me. Is there a lot of aquatic life around here? I follow Cassian's gaze to see him looking at some birds in the distant water. Yep. Seeing dolphins off the coast is very normal, and if you'd have come a little later, you might have seen some turtle hatchlings.
Oh.
That was cute. Good job, VA. Cassian seems so enamored by the idea of tiny turtles and genuinely sad to have missed out. Animal lover? Definitely. I've known a few sailors keep dogs, which I think I'd like. Keep me company on my days at sea. But I can't help but think it. Then I definitely smell like a wet dog. I need to circle back for that incense. I think I need to find a dog first. It makes me elated to know Cassie and I could share this back and forth. I can't imagine spending so much time with someone who couldn't handle the teasing. I hear Carry On has a lot of strays. You can see if one takes to you. Like attracts like. Does that make me a stray too? I laugh, unable to hold it in at the idea of being a stray myself.
In your heart, I think you know you are.
Maybe a little. I think he's right. I just don't have it within me right now to listen to that part of me. I rid myself of my shawl and throw caution to the wind as I enter the water and swim a little further, before turning to Cassian, who is still standing on the shore. Join me in the water? I'm a little cold. Going for a little swim with Cassian was fun, but my undergarments still haven't dried completely and a chill has set in. They must almost be dry by now, but at least you're home. We both stand at the threshold of my home as I hesitate for a moment. Why don't you come in? Once more, I don't want to part from Cassian.
Thank you.
Sounds good, thank you. He ducks ever so slightly to allow himself in, and then stands patiently as he waits for further instruction.
I like it here.
He glances around the room and takes in the little details of what makes the place mine. You do? I had a feeling you might be opposed to any kind of permanent lodging. Or maybe you never had one to begin with? I feel weirdly proud having Cassian's approval of where I live, especially after feeling self-conscious before. A shiver cascades across my skin, reminding me of my need to put on warm clothing. Turn around while I change into something dry. Cassian turns away in an instant. Of course. Sorry. I don't regret the impromptu swimming, though. Though it meant getting all my clothes wet, I got to see Cassian with even less clothing than I do in his robes. And wet, too. It's a sight to behold. A sight that we did not get. Dev? Artist? Why were we deprived of that sight? Do you regret not diving? He really, really wanted to dive off some of those cliffs. What a thrill seeker. I don't regret it as much as I would have if something bad happened. Hard to regret if you're not around to do it. For a moment, Cassian and I exchange blank silence before bursting out laughing. That's a horrible thought. It's hilarious in its abruptness, and yet troubling when really contemplated. Sorry. I slip off the last of my wet clothes and pull on my night clothes. It's a bold choice, but I hope it's the right one. You can turn around now. The way Cassian's expression changes sends tingles through my body. It seems like I wasn't completely misreading the signs. Wow. What did I put on? He takes a step forward before hesitating and stopping in his tracks. Yeah? A strange sense of shyness takes over me. Cassian is so beautiful, and I'm starting to feel quite vulnerable.
You always look stunning, but...
Okay, the voice actor for this is really, really getting me. Thank you. I find myself stumbling a little on what to say, but accept his kind words. The bed is calling my name, so I fall into it and prop myself up on the pillows there. We are... Join me on the bed? What, Reaper? I pat the other side of the bed and feel my nerves rise slightly. Of course. Cassian lowers himself down too and stretches out across the entire surface. Nice. Full screen. Yeah! He looks so godlike, laid out like this and bathed in golden light as he stares at me with all the adoration in his eyes. I'm entranced by him too, and I don't even want to look away. Thank you for taking me out today. I really enjoyed it. As always, Cassian flashes that brilliant, earnest smile that grips around my heart.
It was my honor. I had a lot of fun myself. It was nice to make a meaningful memory. And now I've got this to remind me of you.
Oh, I wish I could have seen if he had it on his wrist. Cassian raises his wrist with a bracelet on it, and I do the same. And this to remind you of me. He takes my hand in his and rests them on the bed. You're hard to forget, besides. Really? Cassian laughs softly, As if he's taken aback, I would even ask. Really? You're strange. The thought comes out before I can really reconsider it. Yet Cassian takes it in stride. Strange? Okay, maybe strange isn't the right word, but the way you're so clearly hiding something. The relaxation I'm feeling must be seeping all the way through to my tongue as I keep saying these things. Maybe it's a defense mechanism. It's that obvious, huh? Of course it is. You're not subtle. I guess not, to the right people. That subject is... a lot. Try to change the subject. Okay, we can ask if he wants to talk, and if he says no, then it's like, okay, well, you don't want to talk. But if you do, I'm here. If you want to talk about it, please do. As much as I want Cassian to share, I don't want him to feel forced at all. I mean, no pressure if you don't want to, but it seems like it's really bugging you.
You're sweet.
And you keep saying that. That does not change does not change the fact that if you want to talk about it, let's talk. He squeezes my hand a little tighter. I could do with someone to really talk to. Whenever you're ready. I unlink our hands and move mine to his bicep to rub small, reassuring circles into his skin. That feels nice. Cassian's voice pitches up, as if he's ticklish to the sensation. Sorry, I can stop. Please don't. He takes a deep, long breath and closes his eyes for a moment as he readies himself to talk. I'm from Altea, originally, but I've been on the sea for a little while now. Whoa, the capital! Indeed. So I'm used to quite a different lifestyle. Life in Altea seems worlds away from life here. I don't think I'd last a day there. From what I've heard about Altea, I can only imagine... Sorry. I realize I keep interrupting. I'll be quiet. I understand. I imagine you have a lot of questions. He takes another deep breath, like emotion is swelling within him. But yes, life in Altea became incredibly difficult for me as of late. I know that's ridiculous to say. When you have everything you could want, it seems ridiculous to complain. Is he like a runaway prince or something? Just the fact, everything you could want. I feel like he's a runaway prince. But it came with complications. Restrictions.
Freedom is the one thing I have never had.
At that, his voice breaks. And the one thing you wanted most. I know I'm interrupting again, but I'm hoping to be helpful by filling in the gaps when talking seems hardest for him. Exactly. For the longest time, I accepted that it would be a part of me I'd never get to explore. I switched up the position of my hand to stroke at the nape of his neck instead. The war still feels... Okay, so no. No, okay. It's just like a war in the capital. Okay, I thought he was royalty, but that makes more sense. Okay. The war still feels fresh after all this time, and things in my family are complicated. The war? Oh, the Ashen War? I imagine it's not as important here, but the continent is still recovering. The war didn't affect us much, so it's not as remembered here, but I hear on the continent, some places are still so overwhelmingly in ruins. And like I said, my family is really complicated. I'm sorry for dropping this on you, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. That's about all I feel I can share. He seems more distressed than before, like my opinion of him truly matters. I don't think poorly of you. I understand. I'm not even the slightest bit mad he didn't tell me sooner, considering I was a stranger. He doesn't owe me an explanation. I feel touched that he's even telling me now. And I really don't look down on him for leaving. I mean, I can understand to an extent. Family expectations, conflicting desires. I don't think it makes you a bad person at all to pursue what you want. Unless your family is relying on you. How can you say those things and still feel guilty the way I do? Cassian states it so plainly. It stops me once more. It's easier to give that advice to other people than take it yourself. That's true. A silence sets upon the room, comfortable, yet with so much unsaid. It is a little strange to think you might be really wealthy. I can understand that. If you want me to leave or something. Cassian goes to sit up, but I keep him in place. Not at all. May have changed my plans for the evening a little. I shrug, feeling less confident now that I know more about who he really is. How's that? Well, I have a handsome man in my room who seems pretty interested in me. Cassian's expression changes, and the look in his eyes heats me from the inside out.
Very interested.
Yeah, Reaper! I was going to do something about that. What are we gonna do about this? Do we flirt like this a lot? Because I feel like we do this a lot. We are very confident. Can I be this confident IRL, please? My voice comes out small, yet still a little bold by the very nature of what I'm saying.
But not now.
I feel unworthy. Maybe that's ridiculous, but I'm just me. It's not really about me. I'm just aware of the fact that under normal circumstances, Cassian probably would have never afforded me a second glance.
Of course you're worthy.
It's now that Cassian moves his hand to my skin to soothe me.
But if you don't believe me, and you won't make a move. I guess I'll have to.
I'm so scared, but so excited to press the button. He closes his eyes as he moves the final few inches to press his lips against mine. My eyes slip shut too, as I focus on the sensation of his soft lips and their gentle but insistent push upon mine. Sparks fly through me, yet he pulls away and it feels like he's gone far too soon. How's that? Cassian. My voice sounds so unlike me. It's so breathy and I can almost hear the desperation within it. More? If you insist. That would have been a great line for this voice actor. I love voice acting. I love it so much. I don't, and I try not to be very judgmental when it comes to voice acting because different voices, like the voices that I may not like as a player, the director is probably like, no, that was the voice I've always had in mind for this character. So I never want to go in and be like, oh yeah, that was a shit voice for this character or whatever. But for some reason, this voice actor, even with the not, like, steamy lines, it's just a really good fit for this character. And I don't know how to explain it. It's just where I can like characters because of the voice actor. This one is like the character and the voice actor are just the same. So this line would have been perfect for the voice actor. If you insist. Cassian seems pleased with my soft pleading as he returns to kissing me once more. This time, his kiss is more insistent and passionate as we exchange a few more kisses. I think this is like only the second game that I've been kissed in this early. Your lips are so soft and as are yours. I could kiss them all day. My body is comfortable and relaxed under Cassian's attention, and my mind feels euphoric. This day has been amazing. I sigh, letting the elation wash over me like breaking waves. And what a way to end it. Thank you for sharing with me. Cassian smiles earnestly.
Thank you.
For listening. He turns serious for a moment and his posture stiffens. I hope you can understand that I have to ask you not to tell anyone. Not even your family. I know I haven't told you a lot, but I'd prefer if you didn't share. He sighs before exchanging his grave tone for a lighter one. Unless your grandmother is also impeccable at keeping secrets. She is. My mother, however... I understand. It would cause quite a stir. I'm certain I'm already going to get comments and questions about the strange man. It would be tenfold if they knew he was some rich guy from Altea. I'm also worried my family might come find me, make me go back. And I was thinking, I know I'll need to go back someday. Okay, was my royalty thing more on the nose than I thought? But I'm not ready yet. Tears form in Cassian's eyes. At this moment, I've never been more aware of Cassian's youth. Despite his wisdom and nature, he's still growing up inside. Just like I'm not ready to start the journey myself yet. I respect that. He has the bravery to pursue his dream and deal with the fallout. I don't have the spine to do that. I look upon his face once more, and am hit by the realization of how fleeting this moment is. A little time I have with this gorgeous man I genuinely admire. I feel compelled to kiss him more, and not stop until we're both satiated and exhausted. So your grandmother and I are in this together. It's probably best if you stop mentioning her. Kind of ruining the mood, babe. Why is that? I push at Cassian's shoulder until he's on his back, and then I straddle his waist. Game Reaper! Go bad bitch, go bad bitch, go! Go bad bitch, go bad bitch, go! We are getting I love it! We are getting this! Because right now, I only want to think about you. His hand comes up to my waist as I lean down to capture his lips.
I only want to think about you too.
Thank you, artist and dev team. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Looking out for all of us. Appreciate you. Doing the Lord's work, I swear.
Oh, hello! The need within me grows with each second I'm perched on Cassian's lap.
Are you sure you want this?
I mean, we're here, honey.
I meant what I said about not getting attached.
You know, sometimes you just go with the flow. His honesty is touching, but it doesn't change my mind about wanting to share this with him. Maybe tonight will change your mind. Okay, I don't know if I like that line, but we'll leave it. Okay, thank you. I'm kidding, I know. I don't doubt it even now, but I want you. The rhythm in his hips matches my need.
I want you too.
To be very, very honest with everyone right now. I'm gonna go find this person's social media. And just, I just need to know every project that he is in or that they are in, because I need more of his voice. I need more of it. Oh my god, that was such a good line! It is a sexy, spicy September, and I think we're hitting the sexy side of things, people! Cassian takes a hold of the back of my thighs and quickly flips me on my back in one motion. Every part of our bodies are touching as he stares deeply into my eyes.
And I have every intention of making this night unforgettable.
Okay, No. I know there is probably very little left. We are probably like at. Oh, do I? Wait, do we continue? I missed something. I clicked by accident. You know what? No. We'll continue on. I don't know. Oh my god. Something about the sun shining through and feeling really nice. I sense the emptiness in the bed, and I already know he's gone. Not making breakfast or just sitting out front, just gone. And really, I'm fine with it. I knew it was coming after all. We told each other not to get attached, and for good reason. I roll over with the intention of getting comfortable and closing my eyes again, but I spot a letter on my bedside table. On top of the letter sits a small pendant I haven't seen before. That must be from Cassian. It was nice of him to leave a note rather than skipping without a word. It's then I realize I haven't got time to be contemplating this or even lounging around as work calls to me. I grab the letter and pendant and start to get ready to leave the house. It's been a long day. As much as I've tried to keep myself occupied, I've been itching to read the letter all day. Yet I wanted to wait until I had the time to read it, alone and unbothered by anyone around me. Locking the door to the shop, I head back down to the promenade to the beach. I'm back where I was those few days ago, before Cassian came into my life. What words has he left me with? I feel nervous opening the letter. Dear Reaper,
Thank you for making my time on the island such a special one. Forgetting you will be a next to impossible task. Despite knowing you for only a few days, we have shared something remarkable that I will continue to treasure. As you know, I'm headed to Acheron next, but from there, I am not sure where I'll be headed. I hope one day you listen to that call for adventure, and I'm sure you understand why I continue to listen to mine. The pendant I have left is a token of the Imperial family. Should you find yourself in Altea one day, it might be useful to you, as the right people will know you received it from me.
I was right! Played too many Otomes. I played too many of these games. Knew it!
Sincerely, thank you for giving me your attention and joy and allowing me to be who I truly am with no pretense. I wish you all the best for the rest of your days. Yours, Cassian.
I can't help the tears that spring to my eyes. It's not really sadness that fills me, but a bittersweet acceptance. The reality that I'll never see or hear from Cassian again. But the joy and elation that we got to share what we did. I pause. I hear that voice call out to me again. And now I can't help but think it sounds so achingly familiar. That last screen was so pretty. Oh! Ash Thurman, great VA director. Dane Brady? Oh! I'm so glad I continued and I didn't just stop there. Oh my god. I might actually be crying. What? Whoa. Another week over, the same routine. No matter the vibrancy of the island, the quirky customers and lively atmosphere, gulls circle and cry above me, and the summer breeze brushes against my skin. Excited chatters all around as the sound of the lyre drifts from a group sitting outside the inn back on the promenade. Oh wait! It's just the beginning again! Oh, I thought it was something at the end! No! That's it! Yes! I think my eyes are watering. I think my makeup is probably like running. I called it. By the way. I called it. But that was so sweet. I really liked when I really liked the letter. And like isn't that strange that like this was sexy, this was steamy, this was spicy, and in my mind I'm like the letter was probably like the best part. Like just I hope you listen to your voice and understand why I have to continue to listen to mine. We'll never go to the capital. Yeah, that acceptance of thank you for the trinket he left us. We won't use it to see him. It'll just be a memory. Hell, knowing our character from just this little bit, we'll probably look at the bracelet and remember him more than we will the token. And that was Far Shore. That was great. That was great. That was sweet. That was short. Like, that is how you do a short, fully done Otome. That team. All I can do is give you applause. My God. I'm a little emotional. Like it was steamy, it was sexy, it had those moments, and I'm emotional about the goodbye, the bittersweetness. The writing was superb, by the way. Yeah. Especially near the end. I think the writing at the end was like really, really good. There's not much else I can say. I enjoyed all of that. And I don't like bittersweet romances, and I loved that, so. You guys, I played the whole game, but if you want to enjoy Cassian, enjoy him saying some of those sweet words in your own headphones, you guys can check out the game down below in the description box. Please check that out. Let the dev team know how amazing you found it. Tell the voice actor that he has even more fans now. And I just hope, yeah, you can have some of the same emotions and feelings that I had with this. Also, the description box is all of my information. If you want to come hang out with me, we will be playing a bunch more Otomes even after Sexy Spicy September, so I hope that you can join us for that ride as well, especially over on Twitch. If not, VODs will always be posted onto YouTube sometime after, because I'm really bad at uploading to YouTube. What can I do? And with that, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.